You know that feeling when you're working hard, but you look at your bank account and just feel kind of stuck? Yeah, it's super common. But what if I told you there's a way to completely reset your financial life in just 90 days? Well, we're going to dive into a step-by-step plan that does exactly that. It gives you a clear path from feeling stressed about money to being in total control. And this quote from financial expert Humphrey Yang just nails it, right? This isn't about being some kind of math wizard. It's all about having a system, a plan. And this 90-day reset, it is that system. It's designed to take all the guesswork out of managing your money and put you, finally, in the driver's seat. So, here's our game plan. First up is month 1, which is all about gaining control. Then, in month 2, we start building a solid financial foundation. Month 3 is where we really level up our skills. And finally, we'll talk about what happens beyond the 90 days to make sure these changes stick for good. All right, let's jump into the first 30 days. Gaining control. Think of this month as the diagnostic phase. We've got to get brutally honest about where your money is really going so we can take immediate action and, plug any leaks in the ship. The game plan for this month is broken down into 4 really powerful steps, one for each week. Week 1, we track everything, no stone left unturned. Week 2, we find where to cut the fat. Week 3 is where the magic happens. We automate our savings. And week 4, we make a plan to attack high-interest debt. So for week 1, your mission is to pull up your last 3 months of bank and credit card statements and build a budget that looks something like this. You need a real, honest look at your average spending. Then in week 2, you're going to stare at this list and start asking some tough but necessary questions. Okay, so now it's your turn. You've got to think like the CFO of your own life. Just look at this budget for a second. Where could you find an extra $400? The source gives some great examples. That $225 on Ubers, maybe you can cut that by $100. And car insurance. Most of us don't shop around, but a few phone calls could easily save another $100 a month. And just like that, you're already halfway there. And that brings us to week 4. See that number? 21%. That is exactly why making a debt plan is so critical. An interest rate that high isn't just a bill, it's a financial emergency. It's like trying to swim upstream while someone's pulling you back. So the plan is simple. Pay more than the minimum and call your credit card company to ask for a lower rate. Seriously, what's the worst they can say? No? All right, we made it through month 1. Welcome to month 2, building your foundation. So if month 1 was all about playing defense, stopping the financial bleeding, this month is where we go on offense. We're not just patching leaks anymore. We are actively, strategically building our financial future. So what does going on offense look like? Well, here are the 4 big plays for this month. Week 5, we build a safety net, a starter emergency fund. Week 6, we get our money working for us by starting to invest. Week 7 is all about finding ways to bring more money in. And in week 8, we give all this hard work a clear direction by actually writing down our goals. Let's talk about week 5. That first $1,000 in your emergency fund, it is a massive psychological win. And look at this data. By saving just $1,000, you become more financially prepared for a surprise bill than nearly 60% of Americans. That's a huge step. It gives you this incredible peace of mind. Now for week 6, we get to investing. So why stocks? Well, this chart shows you exactly why. Historically, over the long run, they've just delivered better returns. That's why the plan suggests starting simple, with something like an S&P 500 ETF. Just think of it as a super easy way to own a tiny little piece of the 500 biggest companies in the US. And hey, if you ever doubt that starting small can make a difference, just look at this table. This right here is the magic of compound growth. Putting away just $500 a month could grow to almost $750,000 over 30 years. $1,000 a month, you're looking at nearly $1.5 million. The key isn't being a genius, it's just being consistent. Okay, for our final week of the month, week 8, the action is so simple, but wow, is it powerful. Get this, a study found you are 42% more likely to achieve your goals just by writing them down. So the task is crystal clear. Figure out what you want, write it down, and tell a friend to keep you accountable. It's such a small action with a huge, huge payoff. And now we're in the home stretch. Month 3, leveling up. We've gained control, we've built our foundation. This final phase is all about grabbing some more advanced financial tools and really locking in that long-term mindset for success. So in week 9, let's talk about credit cards. They are a true double-edged sword. On one hand, if you are disciplined and you pay your balance in full every single month,
they're amazing. You get points, perks, a great credit score. But on the other hand, if you overspend, they trap you with that nasty 21% interest we talked about. The key is to know yourself and use them as a tool, not a crutch.
In week 10, we're going to introduce a new metric, your net worth. Seriously, think of it like the scoreboard for your financial life. It's a super simple but powerful snapshot of your overall financial health. All you do is take everything you own, your assets, and subtract everything you owe, your liabilities. And this shows you just how easy it is to do. Let's walk through it. Say you've got a house and some cash in the bank. That's $125,000 in assets. And you've got a $30,000 car loan. That's your liability. You just subtract the $30K from the $125K, and boom, your net worth is $95,000. Tracking this number every few months is an awesome way to actually see your progress. So we've done it. We've completed the 90-day reset. But listen, this is not the finish line. This is the starting line. It's about taking everything we've built and turning it into a lifelong system, because that's where the real lasting wealth is built.
Week 12 is all about dreaming bigger. Now that you have a solid system in place, you can set some really exciting stretch goals. What do you want to achieve in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years? Maybe it's saving your first 10 grand, or hitting $100,000 net worth, or even reaching financial independence. These are the goals that will keep you motivated for the long haul. And that really gets to the core of this whole thing. Wealth isn't built overnight. It's not about a lucky stock pick or a lottery ticket. It is the simple, direct result of building good habits, being consistent, staying disciplined, and having a clear vision for your future. That's the real secret.
And that brings us to the end. The plan is laid out. The steps are clear. Your 90-day reset, it can officially start right now. So the only question left to ask is, what's one thing you're going to do today that your future self is going to thank you for?